The art of saying no, set boundaries without guilt. In our fast-paced professional lives, why does saying such a small word, no, feel so difficult? Is it because we're afraid of conflict or rejection, or that dreadful guilt that creeps in when we fear disappointing others? The truth is, saying no is not about refusal. It's about respect. Respect for yourself, your time, and your priorities. Today's video dives into the art of saying no and why learning to set boundaries without guilt can transform your professional and personal life. By the end of our time together, you'll feel motivated, equipped, and ready to say yes to yourself by saying no to what doesn't serve you. So, are you ready to take a bold step toward reclaiming your time, energy, and peace of mind? Let's get started. Have you ever found yourself saying yes to a project you were too swamped to take on, or agreeing to help a colleague when you didn't have a single minute to spare? If you have, you're not alone. Most of us feel an overpowering obligation to say yes, even when deep down we know it's not the right choice for us. Maybe you're worried about being labeled as uncooperative. Maybe you think your value at work depends on your willingness to please others. Or maybe you think saying no reflects poorly on your character. But here's the harsh truth: routinely agreeing to everything is unsustainable. It can lead to burnout, mounting stress, and even erode the quality of your work. Saying yes to everything means you're saying no to your well-being, your goals, and sometimes even your family or personal aspirations. Understanding this is the first step. Saying yes to everyone else can sideline your own priorities. Let that sink in. Now let's reframe how you think about saying no. Most people see it as a refusal, a rejection, or worse, a failure. But what if instead you viewed saying no as an act of empowerment? Saying no isn't negative, it's not selfish, it's strategic. By setting boundaries, you're protecting yourself against unnecessary distractions and pressures while making space for the things that truly matter in your life. Here's the key: start recognizing that your time and energy are limited resources. If you keep giving away your energy to everyone who asks, there won't be anything left for the things and people that mean the most to you. Saying no isn't a rejection of others, it's a commitment to yourself. And when you make that shift in mindset, you'll see it not as a refusal, but as a decision that aligns with your values and goals. Before you can confidently set boundaries, you need to know your limits. So ask yourself, what are my priorities? What's most important to me right now? How do I want to allocate my time and energy? Knowing your own boundaries starts with understanding what you can realistically handle. If you're constantly saying yes and finding yourself exhausted, frustrated, or overwhelmed, it's likely because you don't have clarity on what's worth your time and energy. Be honest with yourself. Look for signs of overcommitment. Are you feeling burned out, resentful, disorganized? These are often red flags that you need to reevaluate how and where you're expending your efforts. Remember, saying yes to everyone else's priorities can mean saying no to your own ambitions, goals, and even your mental health. Protect your energy by recognizing that your limits define what you're capable of giving without losing yourself in the process. So how do you actually say no without feeling awkward, guilty, or rude? Let's break it down into actionable steps. Pause before responding. When someone makes a request of you, resist the urge to answer immediately. Take a deep breath and assess the situation. Ask yourself, does this align with my priorities? Will this overwhelm my schedule? Pausing helps you respond thoughtfully instead of out of fear or habit. Use simple, assertive language. Clarity and confidence are your best allies here. Instead of over-explaining or justifying your refusal, keep it short and respectful. I'm sorry, but I can't take this on at the moment. I have other commitments right now, so I won't be able to help. Keep it firm and avoid leaving the door open by saying things like maybe later if you truly mean no. Offer alternatives when appropriate. If you genuinely want to help but can't commit fully, suggest an alternative. I can't assist with that, but I recommend someone else who might. This softens the refusal while still giving value. Practice in low-stakes situations. Start small. Practice saying no in simpler scenarios, like declining an invitation or saying no to something at the store. It builds your confidence for more significant moments. Remember, saying no doesn't require an excuse. A concise no with a respectful tone communicates that your boundaries are non-negotiable but still professional. Let's address some everyday situations where saying no might feel most challenging. Scenario 1, the over-demanding boss. Your manager keeps assigning you additional work when you're already overwhelmed. Instead of silently taking on more, respond like this. I'm currently managing list your tasks and want to ensure I provide my best quality work. If this is a priority, could we discuss what can be adjusted in my workload? You're showing willingness but also protecting your capacity. Scenario 2, the pushy colleague. A coworker frequently asks for favors, cutting into your own tasks. You can say, I'd love to help, but I'm focused on a project that's demanding my full attention right now. Scenario 3, social invitations you can't commit to. Sometimes friends or colleagues want you to join yet another happy hour when you're drained. Be honest. I appreciate the invite, but I'm taking some personal time tonight to recharge. Authenticity and directness go a long way. Most people will respect your boundaries when you communicate them clearly and respectfully. If guilt is what's holding you back from saying no, let's work on shifting that narrative. Understand that guilt often stems from an ingrained need to please others. But being a people pleaser comes at a cost: your energy, your happiness, and sometimes even your health. Here's the truth. Saying no doesn't mean you're letting people down. It means you're prioritizing what matters most to you, which in turn allows you to be more present, focused, and effective when you do say yes. When guilt starts creeping in, remind yourself of this. You're not responsible for meeting everyone's expectations. Your primary responsibility is to yourself. Here's another way to look at it. Each time you say no to one thing, you're saying yes to something more aligned with your values and goals. That yes could be your mental health, your family, or simply having time to rest. Imagine a life where you're not constantly overcommitted, stressed, or feeling obligated to take on work that doesn't align with your values. That's the power of saying no. The benefits are profound. Better focus on what matters. When you clear your plate of unnecessary tasks, you create room for the projects and goals that truly excite and inspire you. Improved relationships. Saying no teaches others to respect your time and boundaries, leading to healthier and more balanced interactions. Reduce stress. Less overcommitment means less pressure, keeping your energy levels high and your mind calm. Boundaries aren't limitations, they're liberations. They free you to live a life dictated by your values, not someone else's demands. Now that you know why and how to say no, it's time to apply these lessons. Let's close with a roadmap to help you build this habit. Commit to one no a day. Start small. Challenge yourself to decline one unnecessary request or task every day. Reflect and evaluate. After each time you say no, take note of how it felt and what positive impact it made. Did it save you time, energy, or stress? Reinforce your values. Keep reminding yourself, saying no isn't about rejecting others. It's about protecting what matters to you. Closing. Learning the art of saying no is not just about setting boundaries. It's about opening up a world of opportunities where your time, energy, and focus are dedicated to what truly fulfills you. So remember this, every time you say no to something that doesn't align with your priorities, you're saying yes to your personal growth, health, and happiness. It's time to embrace the power of no as your ultimate tool for self-leadership. Start today. Your future self will thank you. Please like and subscribe to the channel.